Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Barcelona, Spain. We're here on day 4 of Mobile World Congress. My name's Savannah Peterson. Very excited to be here with a power-packed panel of smart people from the Netherlands, here to talk about their various telco companies. They've been our neighbors next door. You can see the vibrant orange. It's like a beacon for finding our booth, which is actually really helpful. Ingrid, Julien, and Anna, thank you so much for being here and taking the time. I know we've got 3 different companies up here. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Right. So I'm just going to go down the line, and Ingrid, I'm going to start with you. Tell us a little bit about Berends and what you're doing here at the show.
Thank you, and thanks for having me here.
Absolutely.
So I'm Ingrid Romijn, I'm CEO of Berends, and Berends makes quantum network devices, which is like the next generation digital infrastructure.
Talk about living in the future.
Well, it's not the future. Actually, we're making these devices right now. So what we do is we provide an ultra-secure network layer. With the upcoming threats, so for instance quantum computers and other high-powerful computers that will be able to break encryption that is used nowadays.
Wow.
You need to be able to secure your communications. You need to be able to secure your networks, and we provide that security. So we have a quantum network that we set up that is based on physical devices. So we provide a security on the most fundamental layer of physics based on hardware which cannot be hacked.
This is so cool. I hadn't really thought about quantum for networking, and it makes so much sense.
Exactly. So we are already preparing to connect quantum computers in the future to build a quantum internet. So actually our technology is ready to connect quantum processors once they appear. But we already have a product now that can provide this security.
That's so cool. I bet a lot of people were excited to talk to you this week.
Absolutely. It's been a crazy week. It's been amazing, yes.
Crazy and amazing, I believe that. Julien, let's talk about future connectors.
Thank you. I'm Julien Beenakkers. I'm co-founder and CEO of Future Connections. We're from originally a Dutch company, although we also have entities now in Spain, UK, and we recently opened a branch in Mexico.
Nice, you're all over.
So we are scaling up quite fast. Our unique selling point, I think, is that we combine telco technology and software. So telco people, software people, bring them together and create a lot of automation. So we do automation in the network domain of telco operators to help them that the network is performing correctly, that the customer experience is improving, cost savings are there, energy saving is a hot topic nowadays. And the other side, we apply from originally field services, operations, up to onboarding a customer and the whole servicing a customer who is connected to a network to make sure that everything is fine, that the experience is fine. So to do that, we apply AI and all kind of technologies into the network domain to make that happen.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So how many times have you been to Mobile World Congress then? Have you been to this show a lot?
We have been here quite often, not only with Future Connection, but also with the previous companies. Although you see it changing now, it's more also e-commerce and content and whatever. So our key goal is to talk to telco operator service providers, at least somebody with a network or network provisioning, etc. This is a super interesting environment for us to be here and to see what's going on, and especially now with the developments of AI, etc. We are on top of that, Gen AI, to see how we can build collaborative agents and robots and whatever to automate things and make things easier. Yep.
We're at a really cool time.
Yes, it is.
in technological history. And I mean, I'm sure everybody thinks they live in a cool time, but it seems like there's a lot of technologies coming and intersecting and also about to scale up, like quantum just now in its earlier days, but about to be a little more ubiquitous. Anna, what about you? You've got some awesome hardware in front of you. Tell us about what brought you to the show.
So we are at the show because we develop a technology that makes people healthier and that can be integrated in all kinds of display devices. And that is our connection to all the laptop, phone and monitor makers that are here in Barcelona this week. We spend 90% of our time indoors. And that means that we don't feel the health benefits of natural sunlight on a daily basis.
That's such a sad statistic you just said, 90% of our time indoors, jeepers.
Yes.
Yuck.
And that means that we don't get the health benefits of natural sunlight, and we have a solution for that. Almost half of the light coming from the sun is near-infrared light, and near-infrared light energizes our body, which means that it has multiple health benefits, both for our physical health and our mental health. our technology SunLED brings this near infrared light in a form factor that can be integrated in all these display devices. And the device that I have here that won all these awards is called the Sun Booster. It's the first device that brings this near infrared light in our office space or the home office either, or in the real office, or maybe even for gamers. You can clip it on any monitor and it brings these health benefits while you're working or studying or gaming. So you don't have to stop doing anything, you don't have to start doing anything, you can just live your normal life and become happier and healthier.
That's awesome. I used to live in Seattle, which is known for seasonal affect disorder. I'm sure you also have that in the Netherlands sometimes. It's not always the warmest winter, let's put it that way. Kind of similar weather actually to Seattle. And it was always they would recommend that you had a lamp. We had these little sun lamps, I'm sure you've seen them all. But this is so much easier. I mean, is this built into the device or is it an attachment that you're adding on? How does that work?
So the Sun Booster is a standalone device, just like a webcam basically that you can put on top of a monitor. But we envision that when this takes off in the market, it will be introduced in Europe later this year. We look for distribution partners for the US and globally. Once this takes off, integration will be the next step, because it's much easier to make this positive impact in the lives of many people when it's integrated and you don't have to buy a separate device.
Yeah.
So that is how we envision the roadmap.
That's awesome and very exciting. I see. Wow. So you won awards here as well as at CES.
Yeah. So we received this award at the Showstoppers event here at MWC on Sunday. So that was a really great way to kick off the week. And then on Monday we received another award. So that is just amazing that you launch this new technology, a new product, and you get a recognition on a show like this with a real impact.
I bet that feels pretty good.
Absolutely, yes.
Congrats to you and the team. That's a big deal, especially in the beginning when you start to get that attention. I've actually got some ideas for distribution partners for you, so we'll have to talk about that.
Amazing,
after the show, or at least someone who can help with that. Let's put it that way. Did you all know each other before the show?
No, we didn't.
So you met in the booth?
Yes.
Essentially curated.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, how fun. I bet that's really...
It's nice to be in the community and be with many companies together.
Yeah.
So we can also learn from each other and get to know each other and maybe connect also professionally. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's one of the things that's so cool is, the Netherlands. There's a lot of pride in the Netherlands in a good way for the Dutch, not in an arrogant American way, but you're proud to be Dutch, which is awesome. But as a result of that, you collaborate together. You have one of the most iconic booths at any show floor. You've got a lot of fun stuff going on. I've seen at CES, I've seen your big orange cowboy hats milling around. But how would you describe the technology and innovation culture in the Netherlands? Julien, I'll start with you.
I think there's a lot of technology going on in the Netherlands because I think we need to be, as a small country, we need to be on top of what's happening. I think that also if you look at telco or tech market, we have a lot of number of people living in the Netherlands, inhabitants, which use a lot of facilities to be actually supported by technology. And I think also from originally with Philips and ASML and whatever these kind of things, there's a lot happening there. So we need to be there to stay competitive in the market. Although you see also a lot of other countries in Europe, of course, evolving with technology, and it's coming from everywhere. And I think it's key to, especially if you look at the education and the universities, etc., also to keep focusing on jobs which are also, let's say, working with technology. Not only the management or the architecture, but also doing it in production and this kind of things. And so that's one of the things we also discussed with the ministry here, is that how can you further improve the environment of the technology in a practical way in the country. Yep.
Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
It's very clear that there's a passion around that sense of community and all of that. How's the quantum community? Is it big in the Netherlands?
Yes, actually the quantum community in the Netherlands is one of the biggest in the world. So we have top universities that are actually excelling on the world scale. I think Delft University on the quantum domain is top 3 ranked worldwide.
Wow.
And
Oh my goodness, I didn't know
so
that.
we are a spin-out of the Technical University Delft, and we have a whole ecosystem around us in Delft and also in the broader Netherlands, with Quantum Delta NL supporting us, with other companies connecting to us. So it's an amazing place to build a quantum company. And a bit on the same topic, the research is excellent. The innovations are amazing, so we are really top of the world. And now what is needed for us as a community is to scale and to also get the resources and financial resources to be able to scale. And maybe if I can add to that, that it's not just the research community, but also partners. Like we are working together with the Port of Rotterdam, which is Europe's largest harbor. It is next door to us, and they are actually one of our launching customers,
That's
putting
exciting.
our quantum networks inside the Port of Rotterdam. And we are working with a consortium of companies from the area on that topic. So that is amazing, and that shows that the Netherlands is really forward-looking.
Very
Not
much
just
so.
at universities, there's the quantum scale-ups, there's the quantum companies, and there's bigger entities like the Port of Rotterdam, who is already connecting to these companies.
Well, it shows that the government, I'm assuming the government owns the port, runs the port, the
Yes.
government's up to speed, well, maybe
Yeah.
pun intended, quite literally with quantum, and is already
Absolutely.
thinking about that and betting that. I mean, I live in San Francisco, I live in a port city as well. I can tell you that's not happening in my city. And that's, and we're, I mean, shoot, we're the Silicon Valley, that's where a lot of cool stuff happens. What do you hope the launch rollout goes? What's your fantasy? What do you hope to be able to say? I'll say this to you, and actually I would like you all to answer this question. When we're here at Mobile World Congress next year, what do you hope to be able to say then that you can't say now? What do you hope the product launch goes like? Is it everywhere? Give me that.
Of course, that is the dream. As an inventor and a trained scientist, I left academia to see how a good idea can actually be converted into a real product. And when this device lays in the actual shops, that will be for myself a huge accomplishment. And then of course, we want to make it a huge success also, to find it everywhere around the globe, in the stores, in the consumer electronics stores. That would be an amazing success. And then of course, when we're here next year, I hope to show not only this device, but also an integrated monitor or laptop with our technology inside as the next step.
It makes so much sense. I look forward to seeing it too. We'll have to show it off here on the show. Julian, what about you? What do you want to say next year?
For next year, I hope that we are able to combine the solutions we have now in the network domain and in the customer delivery domain, combined in an end-to-end solution towards the operators, so we can see that the whole customer experience, the network performance, etc., can be combined with Gen AI on top of it to manage all the elements. That's one. And the second one, we invest a lot in Open RAN networks, which is still a lab environment, so there are not many Open RAN environments live. We have an excellent portfolio of applications for that. So I hope next year that we can showcase that it's working and that that it will really show what we have done with live operators in environments. Yeah.
Well, we look forward to checking that out too,
Yeah.
Julian. Very
Yeah.
exciting. And Ingrid, I can imagine there's a lot you want to be able to say by next year, but tell us.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of developments going on in our company, but I think what I would look forward most is, right now we have the network inside Rotterdam. We have a couple of other networks in the Netherlands and in other European countries. And next year I would hope to be able to say that we have extended the network in Rotterdam towards Amsterdam, connecting the two harbors, connecting also users in the Amsterdam area. We actually started a project and we got a grant for a project to work on this together with Eurofiber and Single Quantum. So we will be able to develop technology this year to connect multiple of those networks and actually not just have one hub, but connect multiple quantum hubs to each other so they can all exchange secure information. And on top of that, we are working together with some partners to see if we can connect different countries, like from the Netherlands to Germany to Belgium. So those are the things on my mind and all the developments that we need to do to get there. So yes.
Super exciting. Wow, you all have very awesome stories and companies that you're working with. really appreciate you taking the time to come and hang out and give us what little energy you probably have left after a very, very busy week. So Anna, Julien, and Ingrid, thanks so much. And thank all of you for tuning in wherever you might be. We're here in Barcelona, Spain, day 4 of Mobile World Congress. My name is Savannah Peterson. You're watching theCUBE, the leading source for enterprise tech news.